Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 8032 North Chautauqua Boulevard here in Portland. We're located in the basement. We pulled the toilet, going through a 3-inch ABS toilet flange. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We do have water running just up ahead. Here we go. Here at 7 feet, it transitions over to 4-inch cast iron. It transitions over to, looks like terracotta clay pipe here, about 25 feet out. We do have a root intrusion through the transition joint, and we'll locate that on the way back out. It looks like we may have an obstruction here in the line. We've got a lot of standing water. I'm going to let the line drain out here for a moment. Alright, I was able to push the camera through that mass. Hopefully some water will drain out here and we'll have a little better look at things on the way back. Looks like we may have another really large root intrusion there. And it did transition over to concrete pipe somewhere in that mess of debris and water there. I'm having a difficult time pushing the camera much beyond this point here. I don't know if it's due to some turns or just obstructions in the line. It looks like another huge root intrusion here about 73 feet out. With the amount of damage that there is to the line, we went through a couple very large root intrusions towards the front of the house. As we got further out, there's a large section of the line that has settled significantly, causing 2 or 3 inches of standing water. So I do recommend a full line replacement from the cast iron transition all the way out to at least the street curb. The city is responsible for the street portion of the line. Alright, just looking at the camera head, I found it about 8 to 10 feet out into the street, or roughly 8 to 10 feet. We're definitely out on the road at this point, near the middle of it. I've marked a white X out there. I'm getting a depth here of about 11 feet. But at this point, this would be the city's responsibility. It looks like there's a very large root intrusion coming through here, and it does appear to be out in the street area. Where I just located the camera was just barely past the roots. So it looks like those roots are well into the street. Another big root ball here, about 67 feet. I'm going to try and locate right here. I'm going to do markings about every 10 to 15 feet. I'm using white paint. Alright, located here, this is right at the street curb area. I just did a marking there right where the grass curb strip meets the curb. And I'm getting it 9 feet deep here. So basically at this point here is where the homeowner's responsibility would stop. Everything forward from this point would be the city's responsibility. And I do recommend contacting them. Those root intrusions that are out there beyond this point are significant, blocking up a lot of the pipe. It's a line that is ready for a full update at this point. Okay, here at 53 feet, we're in the sidewalk area. Line's kind of angling across the property. It comes, if you're looking at the front of the house from the street, the line exits out the left side or left front side of the house and kind of angles across, kind of over to the right side of the property. By the time it reaches the street curb, it's angling that direction anyway. So anyway, I've got a white line there just showing the direction the pipe runs. I'm getting a similar depth, about 8 feet 5 inches deep there. Here we're now in the front yard area, picking up the camera head here about, I believe it was 7 feet 6 inches deep. Marked it with another white line showing the direction the pipe is running. Okay, I did a marking here again, once again, white T indicating the transition from cast iron to concrete. It's also where the repair, or I'm recommending it start at. We have roots throughout the line, settling, separated joints. The line is just ready for an update. There's a section of pipe in between all the roots that is in decent shape, but to do spot repairs like this on a line this old is not cost effective, doesn't really make any sense. So I recommend a full replacement from 27 feet out to 65 feet. This is located right, probably 4 feet beyond the front porch area, coming out the left front side of the house. Oh, you know what? I apologize. It looks like the cast iron transition's even a little bit further back than that. Unfortunately, this is going to be right smack dab under a tree, so you will have to work your way back from this point right here. This was already underneath a tree in the front. By this point here, it's going to be basically smack dab underneath a little tree in the front there. So just work your way back about 2 feet from that marking. That's where the repair should start at the cast iron transition. It does appear that the line is running basically smack dab under a large, beautiful tree out in the grass curb strip area. So I would definitely look into trenchless repair where you're not going to have to dig. Hopefully that will save having to cut into the root system, because where the repair ends at 65 feet is only about a foot or two in front of that, just beyond that tree. You're going to have to cut all around that thing to dig a hole there. So definitely look into trenchless repair techniques on this one. I highly recommend a rescope after the repair is done to ensure it was done properly. I also recommend getting the city involved, as there's some significant problems with their portion of the line. I was not able to get all the way to the main. At 73 feet, the root ball is big enough it was holding the camera back. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and reel the camera back in.